Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sahar Farouk and I am from BS 8 regular, and the topic I chose is third space. So we can say that third space is it refers to the in between cultural space where different cultures meet, interact, and they create something new. This is a space that is neither purely one culture nor the other. Instead, it is a hybrid space where new identities are formed. And in simple words, we can say that when cultures come into contact, they do not remain separate but blend together, so producing new meanings, new identities. So it shows that culture is not fixed but constantly changing. So this is the hybrid space in betweenness. We can say that the best define this third space. And Homike Baba, in his famous book, The Location of the Culture, introduced this term of the third space, and he argues that colonialism does not create fixed identities, rather, it produces mixed and shifting identities. And according to him, colonized people are influenced by both their native culture and the culture of colonizer, so it results in hybrid identities. So, this in between condition where identities are continuously formed and reformed, it is called the third space. And there are the key thinkers that we can discuss, and they are related to the third space. They gave the concepts that we can relate to the third space. So these concepts become more clearer when we connect it with other post-colonial thinkers. For example, Edward Said in Orientalism explained how the West created a fixed and biased image of the East as the other. So this helps us understand the rigid cultural divisions that Homike Baba later challenges through the third space. So, by understanding this concept of third space, we can differentiate the concept given by the Edward Said in Orientalism, that how West created a fixed and biased image, and there are rigid cultural divisions. So, this was challenged by Homike Bhabha by the using the term third space. Similarly, Frantz Fanon, he uses the term the like the let's talk about the Spivak. Spivak is introduced the idea of subaltern, highlighting silenced voices. So the third space becomes important here because it provides a space where these marginalized voices can emerge and challenge dominant narratives. So these thinkers help us understand the importance of the third space, and we can talk about the features of the third space, that it has some important features that explain its nature. It involves hybridization, where elements of different culture combine to form something new. So it reflects in betweenness, where individuals exist between cultures rather than belonging fully to one. It also emphasizes fluid identity, meaning identity is always changing and it's not fixed. So it also has a feature of negotiation, where cultures interact, they adjust with each other, and these features show that identity and culture are complex and dynamic, and we have mixed feelings, contradictions that exist at the same time, and all these exist in the third space. And development of the idea, like this idea was introduced or developed during the colonial period, where culture were seen as separate and fixed, and they were divided into colonizer and colonized. However, post-colonial thinkers began to challenge this rigid view by exposing the power structures behind it, and Homike Bhabha further developed this thinking by introducing the concept of third space and hybridity, shifting the focus from fixed identities to fluid and evolving ones. So, there are some examples that we can say the third space can be seen in the real life. In the language, we can see the mixtures like Hinglish, Hindi and English, or Spanglish, like Spanish or English. And in literature, where writers like Salman Rushdie, it blends Eastern and Western storytelling styles. So in industries, we can say that Bollywood combined Western techniques with South Asian traditions. So these were some practical examples of the third space in real life. So there is some people, some critics have the view, the scholars argue that it's too theoretical or abstract, so it's difficult to apply in real life situations. Others believe it ignores real issues such as inequality, poverty, and colonial violence. But there is also a concern that it may overemphasize cultural mixing while not fully addressing the power imbalance. So this was a criticism related to this concept of third space. So third space shows that identity is not fixed or pure, but continuously changing, and culture is dynamic, and meaning is created in the in between space where culture influences, where different influences meet, and it's a space of creativity, negotiation, and transformation, where new identities and possibilities emerge. So first we discuss the idea of third space, then how and the key thinkers related to that idea, that make us more clearer to the idea of third space. Then we have discussed the key features, then the development of this idea, like how it during post-colonial period it was, the culture was seen as separate and fixed and divided into colonizer and colonized, and then it was developed, Omiki Baba developed this third space concept, and how it works in real life, and also the what critics or scholars say about this. Thank you.